Hey everybody, I messaged this link to Sean at Sean C Entertainment, so if he does a video on it before me, don't be surprised. But I was just reading on Facebook.com, and there is a report according to Examiner.com. According to Examiner.com, a source, a very close WWE source spoke with Examiner.com. Basically somebody that works within WWE, a source within WWE, or a very close source, and I'll provide the link down below so you guys can see it yourself. At WWE, basically a WWE source has reported, or has talked with Examiner.com, and it's being rumored from this discussion that Paul Bearer will not be alone in the Hall of Fame. Well, this obviously is true. I mean, you got a lot more people to be inducted. But another name has popped up. A few other names have popped up. Another name, notably, is The Undertaker, which would be great to see him and Paul Bearer go in. But, at the same time, another name that has been brought up, a group, if you will, that has been talked about going into the Hall of Fame next year, has also been discussed. And yes, we know there's rumors possibly of DX going in next year, maybe even the Fabulous Freebirds. But this group, I don't even think anybody knew this was going to happen until recently. And that is the nWo. That's right, the nWo is being discussed right now. The rumor is Vince McMahon, the WWE, would like to induct the nWo into the Hall of Fame next year for WrestleMania 30. Now, of course, the reason for this is because they want to make next year's Hall of Fame class, as well as WrestleMania 30, one of the biggest and grandest of all time, and basically make it worthy of being a 10-year anniversary-like event, or every 10-year anniversary event. Make it bigger and more grander. I think they want to surpass basically what WrestleMania 20 set as far as the bar went, if you know what I mean. They basically want to do that. Now, hold on for a second. I tried to open this and the dog's barking outside. Neighbor's dog. Here we go. But anyway, the rumor is basically because that with the possible inclusion of the nWo, along with not just Paul Bearer, but possibly along with the names of Undertaker and DX and the Freebirds, this is going to be one of the biggest Hall of Fame classes they've done for quite some time. And basically they want to make it worthy of being the class. You know, but basically they want, okay, what I'm trying to say, let me get some coffee. But basically they want to make it worthy, they want to make the 2014 Hall of Fame class worthy of being part of WrestleMania 30. And thus, at the same time, they want to make WrestleMania 30 as big and as grand, and like I say, probably the biggest of all time, biggest and grandest of all time, basically, as I said, worthy of a every 10-year anniversary event. Now, that's not the only thing. I'm sure the title gives it away right down below. But that's not the only thing. According to the Examiner as well, this is just a rumor. Vince McMahon has been rumored, not confirmed, it's not yet been confirmed, but it's been rumored that Vince McMahon has been in talks with Hulk Hogan. That's right, Hulk Hogan, who currently works for TNA right now. Apparently, the rumor is both have been having conversations, possibly about Hogan appearing next year at WrestleMania 30, not just to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, but to also compete I'm not lying here, folks. Here's what basically it's stated. Hogan, according to the rumor, according to this report, according to Examiner.com, that basically according to other numerous sources and reports, Hogan is kind of dissatisfied, is displeased right now in TNA, and would like nothing more than to go back to WWE and on occasions make appearances for Vince McMahon's company for the rest of his life, or at least for as long as he can. And if that rumor is true in itself, it's probably not no surprise. See, Hogan has tried this before with WCW. He's had more success with WCW, but eventually he went back to WWE. So it's not a surprise that Hogan would like to go back to WWE if that rumor about him being dissatisfied in TNA is indeed true. But this whole compensation deal. But again, like I said, there's more to this rumored conversation between Hogan and Vince McMahon. The report also suggests that the WWE is very pleased, in fact, overly pleased, with the progress of Scott Hall thanks to DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, in his DDP yoga program. Scott Hall apparently has lost in the past 9 weeks over 30 pounds, around 30 pounds, if not over that, if not more by now. And that he's basically sober and recovered, or is recovering and is sober, and is healthier than he has ever been. And if you want good examples, take a look at Jake the Snake Roberts. So added with that, so basically add the rumored conversation with that, and the fact that Kevin Nash is still in a good relationship with WWE, the rumor is, and this is just a rumor, that not only is the nWo being considered for the 2014 Hall of Fame class, but as the title gives away right there, it's being rumored, not yet confirmed, but being rumored and discussed that the WWE and Vince McMahon want to have a dream match take place at next year's WrestleMania. And that dream match is between the nWo and the Shield. Basically, what they want, what Vince McMahon, according to this rumor, wants to see happen, and some people in the WWE are discussing backstage, is they want to see Hogan, Hall, and Nash, if Hall's in good condition, if Hall is in passable competing condition by that time, they want to see him, Hogan, and Nash team up to face the Shield and possibly give the Shield the first decisive loss. Now we all know that now of course this was reported on the 9th, basically back on, I think it was on, what was it? Let's see, the 12th was Mother's Day, 11th, 10th. Basically it was reported back a week ago. A week ago this was reported, but this was reported about a week ago before the Shield suffers a first loss via disqualification. I will admit that, still makes them look strong, but suffered the first loss in WWE on Raw. Like I said, via disqualification, so it wasn't, as they put it on the this report a week ago, decisive. And we don't know if they're going to want to go to the decisive route with a possibly rumored 6-man or handicap match at SummerSlam with the Shield versus Kane and The Undertaker. And that's also being rumored for SummerSlam, that matchup. But still, depending on what condition Hall is in by WrestleMania 30, and depending on the condition of Hulk Hogan, if he could still go, Nash obviously could still go at times, depending on the match. Then, depending on all those scenarios, which WWE is very hopeful for, then this rumor could become a reality. That's what they're hoping for. This dream match, along with the possible induction of the nWo into next year's Hall of Fame, could become a reality. Because when you think about it, the Shield is trying to creating anarchy, chaos, and all that, taking people out. What better way than to have a group that basically was the originators of anarchy, the ones that originated taking out the opposition, taking out those that represented the company you were against. Who better than the nWo? Now I know a lot of people, when you read this report and you're hearing this, you're going to say, it's not going to happen. They can't have it happen. Oh yeah, they can have it happen, because you forget. The nWo originally didn't just start, it did start off with Hogan, Hall, and Nash, it did. But let's not forget, it also had other members. You have the possibility of X-Pac, Six, Sean Waltman, Big Show, if you will. You can even bring in some one-timers to help out. Like if they want to, they can bring Buff Bagwell in just for a one-time deal. You know, they can have Booker T. Remember, Booker T was nWo when he in WWE. You get the idea. They had a variety of people that they can use. People that they can use. There's no doubt about that. I mean, hell, if they wanted to, they could work something out and bring out Mr. Double J, if you know what I mean. But I don't think she like that even like that. But you get my point. The point is, if things work out, if these scenarios all work out, and all work into place, then according to this report, the rumor could become a reality. But right now, it's a rumor. Just take it with a grain of salt, and especially take the conversation, rumored but unconfirmed conversation between Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan with a grain of salt. But right now, that is the rumor being discussed, according to this WWE source, backstage. That's the rumor sprouted about all over the internet and being discussed backstage, and in the offices of WWE, of a possible Hall of Fame induction and matchup taking place at next year's WrestleMania. So let me know what you guys think of the possibility of the nWo versus the Shield next year at WrestleMania, and the possibility of nWo being inducted into next year's Hall of Fame class. Comment below, video response if you like, and I'm sure Sean C will have something on this before I do. Peace out, God bless.